Okay, let's give you guys some more practice. So here, looking at this graph here, this line here is your y equals 2 to the power of x. This is exponential growth. If we've done a whole section on this. If you don't understand this, what's a section on graphs? Well, when x is 0 here, if you put 0 into the x here, it will be 2 to the power of 0. 2 to the power of 0 is just 1. So this level here is 1. Well, and then as you go into the negative realm, it heads towards 0, but it doesn't get to 0. It tends to 0, but it doesn't get to 0. That's why as you go in this direction here, as x decreases, the y value gets near to 0. Okay, and then as x increases here, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and so on. So your y equals 2 to the power of x looks like this. But then here I want you to combine it with sine of x here. So well, anyway, just roughly sketch this graph. Okay, so so press pause and have a go. Okay, so so to sketch this, first look at our sine of x, which will look something like this. Okay, hang on. So this point here, any point, so at the moment we've got this block multiplying with this block here. You see, at this point here, this block here would be 0. So anything times 0, it would be the overall thing would be 0. So so this point here will remain at 0. This here will remain at 0, remain at 0, remain at 0, remain at 0, and so on. This point here, well, if you put this here is 90 degrees. So when you put 90 into here, this whole block here would be 1. You can see that this is like the, well, not to scale here, okay, because sine of x here is 1, and looking at this is 1. So it's not to scale, but just visualize it like this inside your mind. You see this point here is 1, and then this here is a line, the black line here. So this point gets dragged to here. Okay, this point here is 1. So this block here would be 1, and then you've got to times it with this thing here. Well, this thing here is the black line, so it gets moved up to here. Okay, so your new graph will look something like this. Okay, and then your well, this point here will be a negative side. Hang on, let me just do this. Hang on, I'm gonna visualize it like this. Hang on. Something like this. Okay, so this here, because this is 1 here, this is I know there's a 1 here, but that's for the sine part. Well, I told you it's not to scale, so I know it's a bit well, I jump about a lot, so just bear with me on this. So this bit here will be -1. Well, -1. Well, this point here will get dragged down to here. So so this will get moved to here, and remember 0 will always stay at 0, so it goes back to 0 here. This point here gets moved up to here, so it will be like this. Remember 0 is always at 0, so it gets back down to here. This bit here will move down to here, and then remember 0 here will stay at 0, so it goes back to 0. This bit here will get moved up to here, so so it will be like this, and so on, back to 0 again, and then this bit here will get moved to somewhere down here somewhere. Okay, so well, it's going to go all the way down here. So this bit here will get moved down to here. Okay. Well, anyway, that's on the positive side. On the negative side now, this here is well, when you have this, remember this point here is -90. When you put -90 in, this block here will be a -1. Okay, when you put -90 into this thing here, this whole block here will be well, looking at this here is -1. So it would be -1 times. Remember, this block here is represented by the black line. So well, this point here will get moved down to here. Okay, so our graph will look like this. 0 here will remain at 0, so it will be like this. This bit here will be 1. 1 time, well, 1 will take you up to here, and then 0 here will remain at 0, and then this bit here will move down to here. But you got to use the same argument here. That I'm now at a stage where I just say this point here gets moved to here. 0 here will be 0, so it'd be like this. Okay, 0 here will remain at 0, and then this bit here will get moved to here, and then 0 here will remain at 0, and then this bit here will get it will get moved to the black line. So you can see it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, so overall your y equals 2 to the power of well, overall this graph here will look like this. Okay, it's basically like this. Hang on, it's basically like this, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and so on. Okay, and then this here is well, is a mirror image of this line here. Okay,